Thanks for attending this evening. See, we have a few more suits in the audience than we normally have. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. The first order of business here is we will administer the oath of office to the newly elected officers.
I've always been very active in my kids' schools and very active in the volunteer world. And when the 2005 bond failed, it was very disruptive to the community, to the district, and I had a number of community members that came to me and said, you had been so involved and you're so passionate about education. Why don't you think about running and we'll support you?
I think Diane Cox has a number of qualities. First of all, I think we should all be very grateful for the length of service that she has given to this community. She's very passionate about students. And then in addition to that, wanted to be sure that across the district, we're fair and equitable. She's concerned about students who aren't doing as well as they should be in school. She's concerned about the average student. She wants to make sure that, yes, we had good, strong, advanced programming for all students as well. So she looked at the entire community with kids in mind and always, did the right thing by kids.
President Cox has had a tremendous impact upon Stony Point High School. It is a double impact. She was a parent of a Stony Point graduate, and she also has been an added supporter of Stony Point High School. I'm very thankful and very proud to know her, and I have been inspired by her challenges that she put before me when I first took over the reins of Stony Point High. And that was to make it the best campus possible and make sure that there's a lot of positive things not only going on the campus, but that this entire community knows how great Stony Point is.
She made it a point to make sure that not only was I staffed properly, but these kids were getting the mental, emotional, relational, and behavioral care that they need. Anytime I had an issue or a question, I loved the fact that I could just call her and talk with her and share the direction of what was happening at the Round Rock Opportunity Center. She's a champion for kids. I love you, Diane.
First, I'd like to just thank you, Diane, for all of your years of service for our district. You have been just a true champion for our schools and for our kids, so thank you for that. This last year here at Voight, we became an Arts Integration Academy, and this is our second year into that, and so I know without the support from President Cox, and you have to know you are providing opportunities for so many of my students that otherwise would not be able to have these opportunities, such as attending theater and dance, and most specifically we have so many kids playing the piano and violins, and then we have after-school enrichment with our innovative grants that you've supported. So please know from all of us here and my community how much we appreciate your support and all of that.
Thank you, President Cox, for making this amazing school and giving us so many opportunities.
Thank you for creating this school and giving us all this technology and opportunity for innovation.
Thank you, President Cox, for allowing me to be a principal of 2 schools for Grisham and Pearson Ranch and all the great opportunities that you've given all of us. You've touched the hearts of kids and faculty and the community, and we so greatly appreciate all you do and the countless hours that you volunteer. Thank you so much.
You've always been a cheerleader for the foundation, even representing the Board of Trustees on our board for a time. Your participation in many of our programs, including school supplies, excellence in education grants, and Teacher of the Year recognition, has been important to the growth of the foundation and our ability to give back even more. Thank you for your commitment to the students, teachers, and staff of Round Rock ISD, and we wish you the best.
I've known Diane over 20 years. I met her when she was advocating for what she says is water. I say water. For the kids in the potables at Forest Creek Elementary School. And all of the time that I've known this woman, she has been so passionate about every child, not just her own. And Diane, I believe, has always done that. They say volunteers necessarily don't have the time, but they have the heart. Well, Diane has proven in her 14 years as a trustee and the additional 6 that I've known her to have both time and heart. So President Cox, on behalf of the Council of PTAs, thank you so very much for donating both of those to us.
President Diane Cox's commitment and dedication to the Round Rock ISD community is second to none. She has been a champion for all students, and we're talking about all, meaning all. And she thoroughly understands that, and everything that she's done has placed an emphasis on making sure that every student in our district is represented and heard from and addressed in a manner that a lot of times we hear over and over and over again, and that's a recurring theme for President Cox. So for that and all the other things that she's done in her 14 years for our district, she will be sorely missed.
President Cox, on behalf of the Round Rock ISD Board of Trustees and the hundreds of thousands of students and community members that you have impacted and worked tirelessly for during your service as a trustee, thank you. From the bottom of our hearts, thank you for more than a decade of leadership, your thousands of hours of service, and for always putting our kids first. We often talk about our why in Round Rock ISD, and as trustees, your why is our kids. It showed in your mindset as both a trustee and community member, and it was exhibited in every action you took and in every word you spoke. I've had the privilege of working with many board members throughout my years as a trustee, and you will be remembered as the most dedicated, passionate, and community-serving trustee this board and I have known. There is no doubt that you will continue to serve this community, and I know that even though you may not be here on the dais, the legacy you have left as a trustee will impact Round Rock ISD for many years to come. Again, thank you for more than a decade of service and for always doing what's right for our kids and our future.